Hey, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Let me give y'all a second to come on in here. I want y'all to hear this for yourself. We're claiming fair use here, although we only need a second or two this particular video, but we need to drop what they call a receipt. You ready? Hi, Princess A. Good to see you. Here we go. Come on. Hi, Frida Gross. Marsha Jackson, Linda B. Hi. Good morning, everybody.
How are you this morning?
Here's our premises for this video.
You're having a lovely morning. You know, we are like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, yes. They've already put our names together. They're calling us the Babe Writers, Writer Babe, all type of stuff. They're putting our names together. But I don't think we should combine our chat names. I think we should combine our names. Like Grown Five or some shit like that. I said it. Grown folks, you got the streets on fire. I feel like we are like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation going on.
Okay, there you go twice. Yes. So the Fire Monster is comparing her new relationship, her newly announced relationship with Grown Folks TV as the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She said it twice. I had to be sure. She said that her and this man's relationship is like they're the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Do any of y'all remember the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, perhaps the movie that cemented their relationship. Do y'all remember what that movie was about? Weren't these trained assassins who missions and they started off in love, but almost immediately after they began their relationship, their mission they were both assassins and they were both killers, and their mission was to kill each other. To kill each other. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hold on a minute. Here's y'all's love song. The sweetest woman in the world can be the meanest woman in the world if you make her that way. Dun 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 dun. You playing, and deep inside, she's lightly holding something inside that will really, really hurt you one day. There you are laying in the hospital, bandaged from feet to head. In a state of shock, you're just that much from being dead. Didn't think that woman would do something like that to you. Didn't think the girl had the nerve. There you are. I guess action speaks louder than words. It's a thin line, yes it is, between love and hate. Don't pay you to keep doing your woman wrong. Child, they want to keep on playing in our face. Fire Monster, this is a basic disrespect for your followers. You are putting this mess in front of them and telling them that it's real. You are throwing it up in their face that you are madly in love now. You got to with Grown Folks TV, and you got to just drop those octaves. Oh yeah. Oh, good morning. I can hardly talk now. I can't hardly talk now. She said, what did she say, girl? It's a thin line between love and hate. So they're going to keep on playing in our face. And apparently they feel that people are so stupid that they're actually going to believe this bullshit, right? It ain't going to work, baby. It ain't going to work. You're rushing it. You're doing too much. You're pouring on too thick, honey. Have more respect for your subscribers, girl. The next issue was, Fire Monster, do you remember the commercial when we were young? Or at least I was a little older than you, but you still have to remember the commercial. It ran for years. This deodorant commercial, it says, you never let them see you sweat. You never let them see you sweat, right? That was their slogan. It was taken from an old adage. You never let people see you sweat. Never let them know that they have affected you, right? I've been accused of this many times by going off on these hoes when they step over the line somewhere or to do something that I feel like is disrespectful to me. I can't help it. It's in my nature, right? But you claim it's not in your nature, right? So why, Fire Monster, are you up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Girl, I have never seen that woman up at 5 o'clock in the morning. She's up at 5 o'clock in the morning because these people are coming after her and they're doxing her and they're saying that they're going to contact these people about her PPP loans and all this kind of stuff. And maybe now you understand the Fire Monster. What I was trying to explain to you before over and over and over again about the same thing that makes you laugh and make you cry, right? Because it doesn't feel good for someone to go digging in your personal business, period. Now, you have done this over and over and over and over again, right? So now you're feeling the fire, the pinch. Because before you to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't know what time it is there, but it has to be no more than 7. I mean, 5 o'clock in the morning, girl, I woke up, my eyes opened up, and here you are on here talking about how it don't affect me. Oh, this don't affect me. Like, girl, just by you coming on at that ungodly hour, child, is telling the people this does affect you. See? Because when someone has done something like that to you, your mission then is, how do I get them to stop? How do I make it go away? Right? Do I act like it's not affecting me? She comes on with some story about, when I sell hair, I pay taxes on the hair. And what the hell I got to do with PPE loan? So this subject has come back up again, right? Now, y'all know I've spent most of my life as a criminal. I understand, game recognized game, right? Fortunately, I'm no longer a criminal. But what I'm saying is, when someone goes digging in your personal business, it can't feel good, girl. It can't feel right. You done jumped up on that goddamn thing, girl, and confessed to these people that, yes, this is really affecting me. How do I get them backed off? Like, do I pretend that it's not making any difference? They're wasting their time. Is that because apparently she's gotten several enemies. Now, they may say they hate the enemies, but really the enemies are the only thing that keep them relevant or keep her relevant. I'm still trying to stay away from the situation with grown folks, but it's going to be very, very hard to do because when you partner with demons, honey, right? You're going to draw the attention of us angels. Correct? She said these loans, apparently they pulled up information on her. Several members of her family have gotten these loans. They're saying it's $40,000. She comes on here. She feels like she can combat this by saying, "Oh, they're saying that I got 40,000. They say I got 40,000. I got 50,000." Fine, Monster. We've all sat up here and watched what happened, girl. We watched it. You planned this event in Chicago with no history, no experience as an event planner, right? You collected all these people's money and you probably start spending it. Poor people who never had shit, they tend to not be able to handle money very well because they're simply not used to it, right? So we can accept that. Maybe you spend half of it or maybe you spend all of it. I don't know. But then, disaster struck, COVID came, and then the event had to be canceled, right? Not postponed, but the event had to be canceled. And then you held on to the money and held on to the money and held on to the money because basically there was no money. Correct? This is around the same time you start fixing yourself up. You remember now, Fire Monster, you came on to YouTube as a booger bear. You didn't even know how to apply makeup to your face after 40 years of living. Someone had to show you these things. And then you got hooked. So now you got to have a different outfit when you come on. Now you got to do all of this stuff to come online, right? But in the beginning, wasn't there? So you got hooked, you got buying and buying and buying. I know you don't like me suggesting that a lot of the stuff you claim that you're getting as gifts are actually things you bought for yourself. So let's just forget that aspect for the moment. But the point is, the money was gone. You saw an opportunity. I mean, you're from Chicago, from the Chi. You know y'all slicksters. You saw an opportunity to get this money from the government because people were getting these loans, these PPP loans. I don't know what the other letters were. And you applied for those loans and you took that money. And because there was such a demand for you to pay back these people who had sent their money for this vacation, you paid them with that money because the number you came up with was $10,000. The records are showing that you received $10,000 in your own name. You received $10,000. So that money went directly back into your subscribers, right? I guess this could be considered something because you could have just went and spent the money and bought some more ridiculous outfits. But you paid the people back because people were continually to ask, where is my goddamn money? Right? Maybe you had the people, your supporters, so hypnotized that they didn't have enough nerve to ask for it because they know you would make a big deal out of it, embarrass them, right? But other people were asking about the money. You spent that money. And so now the people are saying, not only did you get that 10,000, because the money PPP was supposed to secure your employees. In other words, what the government was doing, they were saying, we're not giving this to the owners of the businesses. We're just making sure that these people who are dependent on those businesses can hold on to their jobs a little while longer. It's only $1,000 a piece. I mean, so what you could hold on to for a month or something like that. But maybe it would be basic. At least they would have something, right? So they were basically giving the money to the people through your company. But the fact was, the Fi Monster, there was no company. The company is you, right? So some say those were subscribers she put down as her employees. Some trickeration was worked. I'm a player my damn self, or at least I was back in the day. I can understand somebody seeing an opportunity, want to get the hustle on, right? It backfires when you start doxing people and doing evil things to people, because then they feel like, well, if she can do that to other people, I can certainly do it to her. And that's what you're experiencing now. Now you're trying to do this damage control to figure out how to get these people to stop calling these agencies. So you made a big thing out of, oh, they call an FBI. Oh, that ain't even the right agency. That ain't even the right agency. So why are you telling them that it's not the right agency? Right? You can't just let it die. By popping on here, all that noise, girl, basically going around and around in circles. You got me going in circles. Dun, 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 going around. Girl. Anyway, so now the people seem to think that other members of your family have gotten these loans as well. Now, myself being a player, I could say, well, hell, if I knew about a scam, somebody can run on people, of course I'm gonna tell my family about it, right? Because just like I got 10,000, I want them to get 10,000 too. So what is trying to be established now is, were you just using those people's names and getting more money for yourself, or were they actually getting the money for their own schemes, right? Or perhaps they did something. Some people on here actually have real businesses. I don't know how you're employing people by being on a website just selling a few wigs out of your apartment. Who are the employees, right? But you might have spread the word. In fact, I think I remember a video where you were actually telling these subscribers how you can get some. And then after things calmed down a little bit, and it was scuttlebutt about the government actually taking an interest in these people who has gotten all these millions of dollars from these loans, right? Now you're trying to back away from it, right? So you got to get this smoke up off of you. Fi Monster, here's the solution for getting this kind of smoke off of you. Stop doxing people. Stop calling people. Stop interfering in people's personal lives. Stop doing that, right? They likely holding something inside that will really, really hurt you one day. Don't you get it? People have been waiting for an opportunity to get someone like you because you've done such treacherous and evil things, girl. So my suggestion to you is, after you've cleared whatever this mess up is, you're a skilled shyster, so you probably know how you eventually work your way out of it, girl. And hopefully nobody will actually show up at your door. But you sent other people to people's doors. They don't have any moral obligation concerning the Fi Monster, right? Where am I at? Did I say hello, people? Let me take a break. Hi, y'all. But Fi also says she paid it back. She paid what back? Girl, poetry in motion. Listen to my lips. Five Babe has not paid shit to the United States government. That's a goddamn lie. No matter what she tells you, she ain't paid them nothing, honey. She had no employees. The company wasn't even registered yet. There wasn't even a website where she applied for this money for all of her employees she gonna take care of. Apparently, she had 10 employees. You show me where the 10 employees are. Let them all stand behind her back, girl. How many people does it take to put a goddamn wig in a bag and go down to the post office? She's a one-woman operation, right? She's pulled a scam. We can understand people have scammed before, particularly poor people. They say, "Oh, they're giving out money down there. They're giving out money down there," right? She went and did that. So we're hoping for your sake, the Fi Monster, that you've at least, if you scammed, you've only scammed for a single PPP loan, which is still wrong by law, but I don't give a goddamn. It's still, but it's still wrong. You've already broken the law because you didn't give that money to employees. You applied for it and then you kept it for yourself, right? Apparently, you said you were a barber or something like that. Someone has schooled you, probably Butter or somebody like that, has schooled you into exactly what you're supposed to say in order to get this money. But the money was never intended for you. The money was intended for your employees. Now, let's hope for your sake that you haven't actually been applying for these loans in other people's names for yourself, right? If you have a PPP loan, it's in your mama's name. Let's hope that it went to someone that was involved with your mama. At least she got the check. We hoping for your sake that you have not actually went out there and went through family members because you know their information and applied for these loans and kept it all for yourself, right? Because some people who follow you, I'm sure they're nervous about why is she on here at 5 o'clock in the morning? The sun's not even up, child. We ain't never seen this kind of response from her. Always denials. That is consistent, right? So I want to sidebar to another situation. I'll just say for myself. If I were in the business of selling eyelashes, I'm gonna say it 3 times, y'all get it. If I were in the business of selling eyelashes, that's something that goes on your eyes. You're promoting and selling this product, right? If I were in the business of selling eyelashes, the very last thing I would do is to be online in dark sunglasses every goddamn day. Now, what sense does that make? You're in the business of selling eyelashes, but you wear dark shades all the time. So you're not even promoting your own product, girl. So people have to wonder, what in the fuck is with the shades? And who needs shades at 5 o'clock in the morning, girl, in your house against a dark ass background? Have you taken this from QB? Or do you think people are impressed by your sunglasses? Is that it? I mean, you have a wig on your head. You have sunglasses over your eyes. You have all this goddamn war paint on this part. So girl, you've totally hidden yourself behind these dark shades. And I'll just speak for myself. It makes one wonder, what in the fuck is she hiding? How could you possibly need in that dark ass apartment against some dark ass walls, girl, dark sunglasses when you're in the business of selling eyelashes? Right? It's like a woman who's supposed to be selling wigs, but they always got the hair the exact same. Let me see what y'all saying. Sometimes I talk myself into a corner, baby. Island to be, you finally made it alive. Lord have mercy. So they all been talking about the Fi thing. And since we're on talking about her today, I mean, you know, she's basically dead for me, but some things need to be pointed out, child, because I have to talk about what's going on in the beef sector. It is my chosen a profession, as it were. It's to speak about what's going on in this beef sector, right? Let me see. Just lost this train of thought here. There's something else you did I thought was pretty ridiculous. You have this show now. You said that you have taken over the list. You have bullied Brianna, basically spit in her face, says, I'm taking your list. So the moment she stops, then she takes the list. I'm going to take it and start doing it myself. Now, if anybody else would have done that to one of her little show, everything's a show, you know, what girl, we would never hear the end of it. You would be doxing her and calling her apartment building, girl, and calling her job, calling this, calling that, because you complain when somebody takes a word from you. Oh, they all saying, they said pop, they said pop, they taking my stuff. They take, you're saying, you taking this woman's whole show, right? And you know, how in the hell are you gonna have a little silly web show that goes on for 3 fucking hours? Were you motherfuckers going actually going through the whole alphabet? Think. No one is going to sit up here on the screen, girl, and watch your ass for 3 hours with this silly ass shit about some fucking list. Don't you have enough intelligence to know that you can only hold people's attention for so long? After a minute, it becomes boring and monotonous, right? Because if they're going to pay Steve Harvey his show, it says it's an hour, but it's actually like 40 minutes or whatever. They pay him millions of dollars, whatever. Why would they sit up here and watch you for 3.5 hours, 4 hours? That damn thing is too fucking long, girl. And how you got a list if everybody's on the list? I forgot the damn phone again. That's probably one of my haters. The face you're making. Baby, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't give it a second thought. It's a thin line, yes it is. Shut the hell up, phone. Don't pay you to keep treating your subscribers wrong. Honey, I watched that thing. I said, well, God damn, how long does this go on, child? I went to dinner to the Mexican restaurant, maybe a half a block up or whatever. I had enjoyed my dinner. I came back, and girl, they were still on. I said, what the fuck is this? So your list is just to have people talking about people, right? You want to have a list. You want somebody to insult somebody's weight for a girl, however long they want to talk. And then you go to the next person, the next alphabet, and you go through the whole alphabet. So how's it a list if everybody you don't like is on it? And why is it that when you say you're doxing yourself, you have commentary about everything that somebody says about you? Does that make sense? You're talking about everybody in the goddamn beef sector. They had no response. They're not a part of this damn thing. But when they say something about you, then you want to have all this rebuttal about them going away and sign off and fuck you and fuck you and fuck this and fuck that. It is a disaster, girl. That damn thing should never run longer than 1 hour. And there shouldn't be a list where everybody's on the goddamn list, girl. You should take the people. Let me just try to help you because you need help. Take the people with the most comments. We don't need to hear about somebody, some hater made a comment about one person. So then you got to go over that one. Then somebody, oh, they made 6 comments. Okay, you got to read each one of their comments. It is foolish. If you have a list, you take the top ones, girl. And the most unpopular person in the beef sector will be the one that made it to the top of the list. That's it. It's real simple, child. It's kindergarten. I should charge for all this good advice. All this good advice, baby. What else is going on, people? Oh, no. I didn't think I'd have to hear that voice. Whose voice? What's wrong? Oh, you don't like my singing? Oh, Lord have mercy. What am I here? I never thought it would be you, Linda B. Girl, they ain't suited for shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that email he sent her was saying, let's do it. Let's pretend we have a love affair. Or let's say, girl, that is an insult to your subscribers, people who are following you, girl. So play with them like that. Don't play with people. Don't play. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry, girl. Leave that shit alone. You know good and goddamn well you're not attracted to some 55-year-old man in Philadelphia. That is a goddamn lie. And then you're gonna come over here. Oh, I was just let's see what she say.
My army for speed. We outside. Okay. Shout out to Grown Folks TV. He's been outside with the nation. Oh yes. Grown folks and the writers have been on the forefront of this war with these wars with the nation.
We can't go but a minute. They try to flat. You can go up. You can use a minute for commentary, right? I guess he sees something in it. It's all about this clout chasing stuff, child. She's been trying to get over there and get those people over there. It failed with Cookie terribly. So now she's trying another angle. He's been wanting to get people over here. They're trying to grow their numbers, whatever. But don't do something so juvenile and infantile as that, child. You ain't interested in that dude. And I know good and goddamn well he is not interested in your ass. If he got all the pick of all the ladies on here, why would he pick the most vicious woman on the internet? Would you really want to be involved with somebody like that, girl? Here you are laying up in the hospital, bandaged from feet to head, in a state of shock. Girl, you're just that much from being dead, because that's how far she's taken. Didn't think the woman would do something like that to you. Didn't think the girl had the nerve. Welcome to the beef sector. I guess action speaks louder than words. Y'all gonna use each other up and throw each other away. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna lose people because you lose credibility. In other words, I can't believe a goddamn thing's coming out of your mouth. If I can't believe anything you say, why are you talking? Still shady 405. How y'all doing? Egyptian goddess. Ooh, Egyptian goddess. You have Egyptian sheets, goddess? Some people swear by them sheets, though. You have 1,000 thread count and all that. I can't tell the difference. Tell you the truth. I know this damn dog done scratched a hole in my $300 comforter. Did you? Did you do it? I guess he got some kind of toy or bone or some shit up under my bed. And he just, I saw him over there just like that. Girl, he ripped a big hole in my goddamn comforter. You can't be mad at the dog. He's a dog. He's that daddy. I'm a dog. Leave me alone. She was up early in the morning, child. They were hired hitmen, child. They were assassins. Why would you want to compare your relationship to Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I would think that would be the last person. Are you saying this is going to end in violence? Because that's what's going to happen. They'll play around with this little bullshit for a minute. Someone's going to say something that's going to be offensive to somebody else or whatever, because they're trying to involve all these people, right? So, and then all of a sudden, now they got this vicious, horrible fight, like the Smiths. So that's why you see a relationship, girl. Fine Monster, we all know you like high yellow to Italian peen. We don't see you done made some big switch to now you're into older gentlemen. We don't believe you. And I just that gushy stuff just makes my skin crawl. Especially when I know it's fake and phony. Did she have to make donuts? Donuts? Who making donuts? Oh, y'all might be having another conversation. Okay. Oh, please, with the multiple sauce. RT, are you one of my haters? Why you always send me all this mail? Maybe you should try without singing. maybe we can do without the music. Don't be on the hater squad. Let y'all have a good time, honey. I only feature 30-second little spurts of songs. You were starting to remind us of that other one. But just come on and cuss like you used to. Hater. RT. You only like the vicious side of your uncle. This is the result of having multiple enemies. Yes, well, she's got to suffer through it, honey. But I try to tell these people, honey, don't do vicious, nasty things, and then you can expect people to treat you the same. Although they will slip through. Some people are just nasty and evil. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they're gonna do anyway. right? But the things that she has done, ain't nobody got no respect for the 5 months. They'll do anything to you, girl. They ain't got no problem picking up the phone and calling, trying to get your children taken away. Anything, everything goes, honey. And that's what you're experiencing. So I know that you're hoping, okay, I don't need these people really playing around in my business like that. It's the whole principle of respect, honey. If you're a criminal, I ain't got no right to be snitching on you because you're a criminal. I'm just saying, you've invited people to do this to you. I mean, you first of all, you talk too much. How you like that, RT? You never shut up. You just talk. You talk too much. Was that short enough, RT? Excuse me. Thank you. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry, child. She can come over here and talk all she wants to about how it doesn't affect her, how she don't care, and all this kind of stuff. When you done wrong, hell, if nobody else knows what you done, you know, and you don't want nobody digging around in your business, right? You don't want nobody digging around in that hair company or what you call a hair company. You don't want nobody digging around in the details of that, girl. Nobody wants that, girl. No matter who you are, honey. Nobody wants nobody come digging around in their personal business. If the government wants to catch her because she done defrauded the government, that is up to her and the government. We don't even have a role there. But you have invited people to do this to you because you do it to them. And they've seen how you do. All this bragging about you, the queen. How the fuck you will come over here and tell us that you are running the beef sector and you are the queen of the beef sector? This is your. She said today that she pissed all over the beef sector. Do y'all want a dog? Excuse me. Hey, can I have my show, please? Thank you. I lost my chain of thought. Lord have mercy. Raising E cheering. What does her hack to pay taxes on hair have to do with a PP? Girl, you figure it out, Bondi. She ever talk about when she sells hair, she pays sales tax. So they're familiar with me. They know. Bye, Monster. You're showing the people how this is throwing you off your game, honey. Come on here talking about you paying sales tax on a goddamn wig, girl. I don't know what the hell that got to do with no PP or all the other loan. One of them you're supposed to pay back, right? So she probably didn't apply for forgiveness for this, where she paid these people who she had spent their money, right? She went and paid. She said the same number, $10,000 is what she came on bragging about. I just paid out $10,000. I just paid out $10,000. And then when they look on these public records, they say, "Well, girl, you applied for $10,000. The government gave you $10,000, and that's the $10 you used to pay back these people who you had spent their money." Is that this is not rocket science, people? It's very obvious that you've done the Five Monster. Ordinarily, I would say stay out of people's business. It's none of your business. If they catch her, let them catch her and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to you, the Five Monster, even the evil, vicious things you've done to me, even. But I refuse to let someone else turn me into something that I don't want to be. I have never been a snitch. I don't want, at this point in my life, for someone else to turn me into that, because that's what they are. You understand that? So what I'm saying is this: don't call nobody else's apartment building. Don't contact nobody else's neighbors. You don't call nobody else's job. You don't hang around nobody's job. You don't go driving by other people's houses. You don't do any of that. You just come on, you turn your computer on, and you talk. That's it, honey. That will give you just as many views as all this other bullshit where you feel like you can't compete. I can't beat them with words, so I'm going to use something else. Since I can't go toe to toe with them, then I'm going to use a knife or a gun, right? It's as simple as that, Five Monster. Don't be so goddamn afraid, honey. Don't be so scared, girl. Just use your mouth. I'm sure you're on here. You're boasting that this is your talent. You have the gift of gab. If God has given you the gift of gab, then use that. God did not give you the gift of doxing. That ain't no goddamn gift. That's from Satan. That's from hell. How y'all doing? Oh, darn me. The business was started after the pandemic, right? She's trying to figure out how to talk her way out of that situation, child. You going in the bedroom? Okay. Sure. Which employees she was paying? What was these employees doing? Were they flying to Chicago since they are her employees? Who? Somebody said that her subscribers were her employees, honey. She made them party to the scam, right? Because if the government wants to investigate the PPP loans or misuse of these PPP loans, I mean, after all, they have thousands of employees. If they want to do that, then they're going to go to the people who claim to have received this money. So now you involve your subscribers in a scam where they got nothing out of the scam and you just kept all the money. You've just spent and spent and spent and spent. Finally, she let us know that whatever this supposed to be house she's supposed to be getting, where she showed the picture of the house and all that kind of stuff, well, all that fell through. Probably never even was on the table. She just applied for something, right? You didn't get it. Fine, Monster. Wow. I don't know much longer this thing is going to last for you being able to dupe these people. But while you're bringing in some money, if you can't afford to buy a home for your child and yourself, then rent a house. Surely you can do that. It didn't require all these means, because I mean, any bank is not going to give a woman a damn loan for $200,000 or $300,000-$400,000 if she ain't got no job. It ain't all that to figure out, child. But you might be able to pull it off by contacting people. She pretends she works here and whatever. There are ways that she can just go rent a bigger place. You can rent a house too, girl. There are tons of them. People have lived in rental places forever. I've been in this apartment for 11 years, girl. Just like you've been in that one for 20 years. Since you got out of high school, you've basically been in that apartment, right? So we don't know what the situation is. Somebody said the house was originally in your mom's name. Did she co-sign for it? We don't know. But we know you've been there a long time, honey. And we're just saying that it seems to me, at least, you could do a little better than what you're doing. To be blowing money on all this shit you're putting on your face and all this hair stuff. And then, I don't know, are you buying clothes? What are you doing with all this money? Please, 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 don't let it be the buying. The buying. Oh, oh, oh. Are you wearing those glasses because of the buying? Girl gone crazy. Oh, 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 oh. You got to stop living your life on buying. Girl, if you are really doing drugs, they are not serving you well. They've kept you stuck in the same place for 20 years. You said that you went to the service, right? Which would mean you would be able to qualify for a VA loan. Now, what have you done has been so terrible that you can't even get a VA loan, right? I don't know. Maybe they gave you the loan to get in the place where you're at. See, 20 years ago, you got out of high school. You claim you went to college. So we don't know how long that lasted, but you end up in the service, right? So you should have been able to get a PPP. Maybe you rescued that dive from your mom or something. We don't know, because 20 years old is pretty young for somebody to actually have to buy anything. So since you say you bought that apartment, the other one where somebody else lives, maybe that was your VA loan. And then theoretically, when you leave that apartment, you're supposed to be able to take the equity that you've accumulated. I assume something in 20 years. Take that equity then and use that money for the next home or apartment, whatever. I just think you should be further along. And I think it's kind of ridiculous to be spending all this money on frivolous shit. Right? Okay. Mm-hmm. PPP was to keep your employees afloat for a minute, right? She didn't keep nobody afloat. She kept the damn people that she ripped off for that event. I mean, maybe she wasn't intended to rip them off, but when COVID happened, the event was canceled. She delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, and basically she didn't have the money. So immediately when she got the 10,000 from the government, she gave those people back their refund, which they were entitled to. Right? So we want to say, well, we're glad you at least gave them the money, because she could have took it and bought another BMW. She's the one that said she wanted to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's so fake and so phony, child. Girl, she over there. Oh, yes. I want y'all to go over there and sign up for his channel. I love your swag. Girl, you're not even a good actress. You're a lousy actress, Fire Monster. Stop playing with people. Bondi, what does what does her hack? Wait a minute. What does her hack to pay taxes on hair? PPU. Okay. Oh, I read that one already. Okay. Let me see. A lot of people couldn't get loans because they ran out of money. I think the primary thing with that was it was never intended for her. PPP was never intended for her. It was intended for people who worked. If a business was going to go out, if a business was going to go out of business, right? Because they couldn't pay their employees, the loan was to come in so they can help to pay their employees, at least delay their need to because then we didn't know it was going to be next month people go back to work, or 2 months down the road, or 3 months down the road, right? But this was the least to boost her up their ability to pay payroll, to meet payroll. It had nothing to do with the owner of a company or no owner of a website, which I could start a website here in an hour. You don't just take the money, just keep it for yourself. You don't take it and buy wigs with it. You don't take it and go and rent a storage unit. It's for the employees. So she's squirming. She's squirming in the seat now. Next, you can expect some other diversion. Maybe she'll be madly in love with old folks, with grown folks TV. I don't know. Okay, Bondi. It doesn't work like that. They'll need their social security number. Okay, so when they lie and with the social security number, then I mean, you're not, Bondi. You don't think that she's actually paid 10 people? No, for the loan, right? We know what she did with the money. I mean, she did it all out loud. So it just depends on how much the government wants to pursue it. Now they could just go in there and just arrest her. I mean, it's obvious what happened, but are they going to pursue that against all these people? Because if they do it to her, they got to do it to the rest of them, right? They may be only concerned, baby, Squeenie, could you? Excuse me, I got to go and deal with my child. Come in, ding ding. Come on, get it over here. Get it from me there. Ding. I turned the cartoons on for the baby. He liked to watch cartoons. Oh, Lord. Let me see what y'all talking about, child. Maybe is it applying for a loan? Red flag. Did she open the business? The website after she already got the money? She don't know. She don't understand why all these people come at her, but then she makes it her business to be relevant, right? So this is what you get, girl. Anytime your ass is involved in anything, they're gonna pile up on your ass, right? Right? They're likely holding something inside that will really, really hurt you one day. After you done call somebody's mother and cuss their mother out, why do you think that people, even though they say they're made up with you, okay, I'm cool with it and all that kind of stuff, they're likely holding something inside. An opportunity. An opportunity will present itself, girl, and they'll all come out of the woodworks, right? She called my job. She called my employer. She called my apartment building. She did this. She did that. She sent and all the stuff that you think people have forgotten about and moved on is still inside of them, girl. They still have that deep resentment, and it's not always something you've done to them. It could be something that you've done to someone they liked, or someone that you treated unfairly, who they happen to like, right? And at some point, the fire monster, the whole damn thing falls down on you. That's what happens a lot, girl. The whole thing just caves in on you because you made it your business to make so many enemies. Someone like Zeke, you know that damn thing ain't gonna be nothing, girl. Come on. Come on. I know them people over there are not all stupid. Now, you might have some stupid people over there. The ones that keep giving you money 3 and 4 times a day, every day. You might have a few of them, but the majority of those people probably are going to resent you plain in the face. You want them to go over there and be friendly over people that they can't stand. It's okay. He didn't really mean we was bitches. Come on somewhere, girl. Hi, S. Hutchinson. How y'all doing? Mm-hmm. She says she's on vacation. Fire monster, you go from you're on vacation to you're working. You got to get back to work. You got to get back to vacation. Which is it, girl? And why are you online at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, girl? Talking this shit about you. You pay taxes on a wig. So the ladies here are saying, listen, if you want me to buy your eyelashes, I want to see you wearing them. If they're so great, some of your product. You don't have much opportunity to really advertise anywhere because basically the only people who buy anything off that damn website are people that are in your Babe Nation thing, right? So this is your audience right here. This is your stage. So you should be promoting your products. Wearing dark shades at all hours of the night in that dark ass apartment that only got one window, girl, is not selling eyelashes. Represent your products, honey. Right? If I were selling men's shirts, believe me, every time I came online, if my audience, the people, my customers were only my people that I had on YouTube, believe me, I would be wearing shirts. My shirts, because I sell shirts. I'm in the business of selling shirts, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Now, granted, we understand that sometimes you come on with them eyelashes, be one over here, one over there, whatever. We know you're just now learning how to put on your makeup and so forth, but it doesn't change the fact that is your company, or so you say. Primarily selling eyelashes. So let us see your eyes. Mm-hmm. It's possible that the government is only going to go for heavy hitters. They might go for people have numbers where they go, okay, you got 50,000. Now we're taking interest in you. I don't know if they're going to go for all the smaller people unless they just don't have a business at all, But we don't know what the government's going to do. The government do anything they want to do, child. Right? I don't know how they benefit by throwing all these motherfuckers in jail though. But she's squirming. She's uncomfortable. Anytime you do a crime, you're uncomfortable, child. I used to come out of them stores, them department stores, after they stole something, girl, with fear and trembling, girl. Are they behind me, girl? I be walking like this, girl. You don't want to walk too fast, baby. And plus, you got to hold all your merchandise like that. You be walking, girl. Excuse me. So she nervous. She knows she done did some wrong. Anybody thought Fire Monster was no angel child? I wouldn't want the karma coming to that girl. It's gonna all fall. It's gonna all cave in on her. And she hasn't used any of the money that she made on there in any kind of reasonable way. I mean, starting the website, that didn't take no damn money. She said it was $1,200 or whatever. She just squandered that money as fast as it come in. She spends it. Now she got them over there paying car notes. They feel comfortable paying somebody else's car note, honey. Paying somebody else to drive around the BMW and they driving around on the bus. Have at it. Go ahead, honey. I'll get you blocked over here. What did Bubble say? Hey, you never given a CC money? I don't know what a CC is. What is that? What it is? What time it is? There, Linda. I'm getting started, girl. You can learn a lot from Dummy. Who is Dummy? Is somebody named Dummy? You can learn something for everybody. If nothing else, is something not to do. He sees her as his ticket into this beef sector, and then see, I don't know what that girl is up to. Like I said, she's capable of stunts. She pulls stunts. She buys subscribers. She buys likes, and maybe why she don't even bother to even show how many subscribers she has. She says she has 35,000 subscribers. I don't know who believes that shit, but all you do is show the number, ain't but one click, reveal the number, right? Can't do that. Most of them live in Hong Kong, girl, and Taiwan and shit. Anyway. Probably a career criminal. Well, she said she was a businesswoman, but I don't find myself talking too much about no job she ever had. I know she was a crossing guard. I strongly suspect, since she came on as such a booger bear, that this is probably the first time she ever had any money. So it doesn't surprise me that a person like that from the slums of Chicago would, when they had all this money, all of a sudden, how much was that? I forget, $20,000-$30,000. She only gave him back 10, but $30,000 for a ghetto girl. It's probably very tempting to spend the money. It kept going on month after month after month, and money just sitting there. So what are the chances she didn't pay her bills with that girl? It's pretty obvious what happened there. It's just a decision of the government. Do they want to pursue these people in her situation, or do they want to go for the big fish? Because there are some people who cheated them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. When I give money, I have certain expectations, right? What is that? Five Babe on the bus, you believe? Girl. She talked that crazy ass man that got out of prison, had all that money all of a sudden, who blew millions of dollars in 1 year. He done thought he was investing with her. That he ain't give her shit. We don't give whores $50,000, child. It just doesn't happen. Now I can see if he said, well, he gave me $300 or he gave me $400, right? She talked him into thinking he was investing in some company. That was not money given to her. That was an investment. It's supposed to be a company. Oh, we had a car company. What does she look like owning a car company? Girl. So one bad mistake after another. He blew all that money in a year. Right? So he thought he was making an investment in some company. She ripped him off, child. It's like what prostitutes do the tricks, you know. They go in there, child, they're liable to lose their wallet, their credit cards. They're going to get people who have stole their credit cards or whatever. Then their wife don't find out where all these purchases come from. All these purchases come from because some prostitutes ripped him off, right? Or her pimp and send him back in there, girl, and get him for everything he got. Or are you going to blackmail him? Oh, I got pictures of you. I got pictures. It's all in the game. But people don't just get out of prison and just start handing out people thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, please. Obviously, the company, whatever it was not successful. So you went out and bought a car, and now you got a business. You bought a used car, maybe from a junkyard somewhere, and now so you bought two cars. Okay, now you're a company. Like with a website. She bragging about how much money she's making on the business is so successful. How you gonna say that to a businesswoman? Oh, I'm a business girl. You said that 3 days after you started the goddamn thing. How many sales could you have in 3 days? And how many were just eyelashes? Just to support you. They don't get the girl. They can buy that shit at Walgreens. Anyway, tell me the secret power of eyeglasses. I don't know the secret power of sunglasses. If you want to sell sunglasses, Define Monster, you might want to look into that. If you're compelled, you say you're a businesswoman. Okay, here's a business idea. I ain't gonna charge you for this. If you are so in love with sunglasses, and you feel like this adds to your persona or your look, or whatever the reason is for walking around in your house in dark sunglasses all the time, if that's what you want to, then go and seek out the manufacturer of the sunglasses. And you can also sell sunglasses, right? And that would justify, then at least you have a reason, even though you've been out drugging all night, you would have a reason to be having these dark sunglasses on all the time. Why? Because I sell sunglasses, right? There's somebody else on here that does that as well, that sells sunglasses on there. You can sell any kind of product, right? Y'all know when you go to the beauty shop, there are other products there if they're representing something. Then just sell sunglasses, honey. Just take your sunglasses, take your glasses off, see who the manufacturer is, go to the website, look up the manufacturer, and see what it costs you to sell sunglasses, if that's what you want to do. More than likely, you can have free sunglasses then. Why? Because you sell them. And you're advertising by sitting on your channel wearing them all the time. But other than that, I just don't see any reason to be sitting there with dark sunglasses on, particularly when you're in the eyelash business. I like Fat Babe, but I have caught her in some blatant lies over the years, girl. You ain't got to be over the years, over the day. You can go over the day, baby. So they want to stay relevant, right? But they've only mastered the part about making enemies. Everybody's an enemy. Ain't nobody not an enemy except for QB. She said, "Oh, I need to add to my repertoire." So now I'm gonna add old folks. Grown folks TV. ZX. I don't know you. I'm just telling you, beware, right? Some things are just like toilet paper. You use them and then you flush them after they've served their purpose. Don't be nobody's toilet paper, child, right? Y'all may think it's clever. It's a good way to get up in here, but everybody on here is not stupid. She acts like everybody's stupid. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can be right. Why are you so mad and sensitive about what Dave Chappelle said? I ain't mad. I don't give a fuck what Dave Chappelle said. I say he make too much money, but girl, nobody wants to be the butt of somebody's joke. You know how long that trans people have been the butt of somebody's jokes? Every time you put them on television or anything, it's always got to be a butt of somebody's joke. People get sick of being just laughed at, girl. How in the hell you gonna have a show and you can hang with somebody who probably represents maybe 1% of the United States of America? You got 80% of your show focused on that 1%. So they can laugh at them. They got a right to stand up and say, no, we ain't putting up with this bullshit no more. What happened to this Me Too movement? Men used to be up in the office grabbing people on the ass and all that kind of. They ain't doing it no more, honey. Too much to lose, right? Comes a time, honey. It's a time for everything, like the Bible say. So yeah, I think it's okay. People stand up for what they believe. We believe it's wrong, and it wasn't the first time. He's had 6 specials on there, child, and each time the controversy is similar. So he knew exactly what he was doing when he did it. All this, we gonna cancel him, all that. They love all that shit. It's whatever. As long as you're talking about that damn special, that brings people to that site. You ever never noticed? Who asked me that question? I'm talking about Jay Chappelle. Why is it okay?
You know what we do when people
oh my God!
Oh
Lord!
Ain't that right, baby?
Ooh, shall we be haunted?
Raggedy
Girl, why my phone just start going off? Ooh. She says she's a sorceress or something, wasn't she? Oh no, she's a holy woman. Turn my phone off, child. Anyway, if you notice, Ariel, when you are dealing with celebrities, or they are about to release an album, or they are about to release a movie, or they are about to release a new television show, you will see that there will be a controversy before the thing is released, right? It's only they hire people to do that, child. It's only to cause a buzz, so people know what the movie is, where it's at, right? We got to know that where it's at, right? So they're all publicity stunts, honey. You think them people at Netflix is paying people all these millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing? They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what his routine was. He's done it 6 times. There's always been a similar controversy about his treatment of these trans people. You think he's not benefiting from that? Now they got Flame Monroe. She over there kissing his ass. Why? Because she said, I know I'm gonna work with him soon. So she just trying to get a job. Mm-hmm. The trans can get it like anybody else. Well, maybe they're saying no. We don't want to take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take. Why don't you get those people stuff? I mean, goddamn people. Why would people all constantly want to suppress somebody, right? So what if the people are standing up and saying that is wrong? Then it hurts our feelings, right? They have a right to protest, just like we protest. How are we gonna be slaves? And then you come out of slavery, and then you're trying to find somebody else you can piss on. You would think you would have a more understanding heart when people have been oppressed, a more compassionate heart. If the people say, listen, it does hurt our feelings to be always the butt of his jokes, right? Yeah, it is wrong, and it does affect us. What is wrong with that? Can't they say that if they want to? Ain't nobody asking your ass to go down there, right? Remember all the protests they had last year about all of the police beating? Should we not have protested that about the killing all these goddamn black people? We have a right to say that is wrong and to draw attention to it, national attention and international attention to it. This is what's been happening. Is that wrong? So we can stand up for our rights, but nobody else can stand up for theirs. Whatever, people. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't give a damn what you do, honey. It don't matter to me. But I will speak on Dave Chappelle just like he will speak on me and anybody he wants to. He just said that. I talk about everybody. I talk about whoever I want to. Well, okay, girl. If you talk about anybody you want to, I will definitely talk about his ass. He left Hollywood. Honey, he left Hollywood. He was lazy, child. Dave Chappelle don't want to work. I don't blame him. If I can go and work for a fucking hour every other year and make all that money, child, why would I want to be involved in a television show? How many seasons had he already worked? He was probably just tired. I don't want to sign no more contracts, child. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I got plenty of money. Nothing in it for me. You don't know what people's motives are, child. If y'all like to watch Dave Chappelle, go watch him. I'm white and what? Oh, Gus, what's wrong? Oh, Gus drags. I don't care nothing about you being white. I'm not a prejudiced person. I support anybody, honey, if I feel like they're being wrong. Okay, Bubbles, you just being messy. Bubbles, why you coming over here with that shit, child? Bubbles, go over there and talk to your master, Fire Monster, and say, tell her what you just said. You said, well, gays refer to straight women as fish. Okay, go over there to your mistress and ask her, why are you telling people that your pussy smell like fish? Would you stop doing that, please? We're trying to get away from that girl, that kind of language. And you ever talk about how your coochie smell like fish when you play in it? Why are you playing in it? Number one, isn't that a personal thing? Girl, is anything sacred? I was trying to tell Sean Bradley. I said, girl, ain't nothing wrong with having sex. It's talking about it. That's what's wrong. That's what's nasty. Mm. When we playing, and then the man, what did the man in the grocery store say? Ooh, this is sexy talk. Now, what kind of a respectable woman going to accept some shit like this? She's supposed to haul up and slap the shit out of him. He said, ooh, I think we want to play in each other's ass. Number verified, San Francisco. I think you're a snake. I think you're a snake. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming in today. He said Isabel was lazy. Run with it, girl. I think he's on tour now. He making his money, Chuck. How you making his money? So why, if you're making all that goddamn money, can't he come up with a joke that don't involve them people? Get them people a break for a minute. God damn, this is their moment, honey. They create. You got to understand. They create the controversies, child. It is a deliberate thing. You're just cashing in on people. Y'all want to argue? I'm getting my ass up out of here, child. All right, cheering. Okay, y'all see, I didn't sing too much today. You got lucky. Okay, don't play with me. Later, people.